concerning. A man who allegedly escaped from a mental health facility in Sydney has been on the loose in the city's west for an entire 10 days, and now he's been charged with murder. It follows an alleged stabbing rampage that has claimed the life of a 38-year-old man, while two others were injured in what police say was a random attack. Police say the accused killer escaped from mental health care while being transferred between hospitals and was on the run before the attack in Marylands yesterday. He is now in custody and will face court later today. For more, we're joined by Peter Moroney, former New South Wales Police Detective. Good morning to you. How can somebody like this be on the run for 10 days without urgent public safety warnings being put out there every day he's missing?
A very good question, Matt, and I have no doubt that question is definitely has to be asked. Unfortunately, as you said into the lead-in, someone has died, and just due to the circumstances around the event, it's likely a coroner's matter will come in the not too distant future. But in terms of an immediate response, you're right. Department of Health have to start answering some questions. I understand they reported it to the New South Wales Police. They themselves are going to have to start to answer some questions and get a better understanding, a better contextual understanding of who this individual was and what had been done to track him down.
Look, is it too early to talk about frustrations within the police force having to deal with mental health issues? And you said there the Department of Health need to answer some questions. The police are trying to clean it up, aren't they?
Yeah, look, Matt, it's a difficult topic to talk about, isn't it? You know, it's fueled with so much emotion when you start to talk about mental health and those sorts of things. Look, we've seen mental health on the significant rise. The men and women in the New South Wales Police Force that I talk to will tell you the majority of their shifts, depending where they work in terms of their stations, are fueled with dealing with mental health-based issues. There's got to be a better approach than what we've got, because clearly if we don't start to do something, if we don't start to probably self-examine our current processes, this ain't going to be the last time, unfortunately, mate.
Look, we can make choices to make ourselves as safe as possible, but when we see incidents like this, people are afraid within the community because it is so random.
Yeah, mate, you know, when I first heard the news yesterday, and part of the things I'm doing here in Melbourne is that we teach around situational awareness, and there is no golden bullet of advice, unfortunately, that I can give anyone. You know, the circumstances that we find ourselves now in society is, you know, this lady going about her business at the local grocery store and winds up dead. I mean, the state of Australia at the moment, we're slipping pretty fast, and something's got to be done, and I'm not sure what that is.
Can we talk about patient transport and the transfer of this person between one location to the hospital? What's that process like, and does it need to be looked at?
Yeah, it's a fair question, and I think the answer to that will probably depend largely on what was this individual in for, what was he being assessed for, how much violence was he potentially demonstrating or likely to portray, whether it being New South Wales ambulance that conveyed him, which my understanding at the interim is it wasn't. If it was a simple patient transfer, what do those processes entail? Obviously, I've heard that he's escaped from that transporting vehicle or that process and has been in the run. But if that's a contributing factor, Matt, it's got to be put under the microscope and adjusted.
Peter, always appreciate your insights. Thank you.
Pleasure, mate.